Hey, friends. So today we are going to take and combine these two sets of 50 graphics into one set of 100. Canva allows you to have 100 different slides per project, okay, or per file. You can have 100 different graphics, okay? And so they can be duplicates or whatever, but you only have 100 max of them in each file. So what we're going to do again is we're going to take and combine these two sets of 50, but most importantly, we are going to give ourselves different color combinations. Each brand has a certain brand theme that is aligned with a certain set of colors. What we're going to do is we're going to use our brand's colors, but we're going to give ourselves diverse color combinations using the same brand color so that even though we'll be consistent with using the same colors, we want to be diverse and being able to engage our followers by not making it so mundane and monotonous. So, as you can see here, they have this salmon, teal, and white combination. We're going to do the same thing with our branding, okay? I'm going to use here the She Shares branding, and those colors are black, white, red, and gray. All right. So again, I'm going to be combining these files into a single document. But as I do that, I'm going to make the different color combinations. So first thing I have done is I have created here a file that is just empty, it's blank, and I use this and I just call this the color changer. And so all I do with this is just copy everything over here and then I paste it into the new file that I'm going to be using once I have changed the color. So let's start with first this set of salmon. And I'm just going to paste it over here. And then I'm going to grab another set and do the same thing. All right, so copy this. And I'm just doing you all just the control C and then control V. Okay. And there's a little delay on this, but just bear with me and do the same thing for yourself. You know, you may take your time, depending on how your the speed of your internet is, it may be delayed a little bit. So because I have copied those already, I'm going to go ahead and delete them on their respective files so that we're not duplicating those once we paste them back over there. Here I have all the salmon graphics in a single area, and then I'm going to take and change the style. So this is very tiny, okay, but trust me, it is there. When you go here in this left sidebar, you'll see this option for styles. Your styles are already built in. If you have your brand schema, your brand colors, your logos already programmed into Canva, it'll show up. You'll also have color palettes. Here are the ones that I have either created for my clients or the generic ones that Canva will create for you. All right. So you'll see here, these are for myself and my clients, and then these are the color palettes that Canva creates. They also have here some combinations of text plus colors that'll help you if you don't already have these things done. But we already have them done. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click right here where it says brand colors. This is the She Shares brand already done for me. I just click it one time. It'll change that initial file. But down here it says apply to all pages. That is what I'm going to do. I'm going to apply that to all pages. Okay. And you'll see it rotating and thinking right there. But as you can see, if I zoom out, those are all with that red background. And so now I'm going to show you, voila, we have made magic. And so for the most part, these are exactly what I need them to be. I can go ahead and just copy and paste them back over to this other side. When you look closer at these, there are some of them that don't work the way that I might have wanted them to work. So we will do some quality assurance. So QA right here and just make sure everything is what we need it to be. All right. Those look pretty good. Okay. And I'm basically just scrolling through here really quickly trying to make sure we have our black, white, red, and gray scheme going on. Now you'll see that there's a little bit of leftover from the other file that was created. For this one, I could just click on this brand color style here a couple more times just to see what combinations they give me and find something that works for my brand, that works for my brand. So I'll just go on to the next one. This one, it looks good, but that little pink or these other mauve colors, they're not consistent with my brand. So I'll just click again and see if we can get something that fits me, and it's like, it's close, but no cigar. So I'm going to take and modify these a little bit. And basically, the thing that's happening here is that it's transparent. So instead of showing up as red, it shows up as pink. I simply have gone here and changed the transparency so that it is 100% non-transparent. If I change it to the left, it's fully transparent. So I'm just making that be all of what I need it to be. And I'm scrolling down. Okay, these look pretty good. I would prefer that this is solid black. Again, that's a transparency issue. And if I were to change this background to white or some other, you'll be able to see that these are two different colors. And I know it because right here, when I click on what looks black, it is actually black and red. Okay, so I like it like that. So you can see that that is two different colors going on, two different colors over there, and I can still see the things that I need to see. Scrolling down again, I don't like this because there's that this little hint of orange. Now, I do not believe that that is a transparency issue. I believe that that is actually the color that was chosen. So you can see here, it is not a transparency issue. It is fully there. So what we'll do here is we'll change where this little orange is, we'll change it back to the red that is consistent with our brand. And that still doesn't work because then it blends in with the background that is there. So I'm going to change her pant leg and things to black. I'm going to also change that light gray to red. And then I'm going to change this background for us to a white. Voila. Okay, I'm going to take right here where it still has this little orangey, and I'm going to make that black. And there we go. I mean, this is something that you can do pretty quickly, but if you do not know how to do it, it is not done quickly. Okay, I don't like this little person right here. This little person has all types of colors. So we're going to change our background a little bit and see if we can't get that person. Look, ooh, honey, look at the person. Honey, honey, look at the person. So we're going to see what we can do with this person. And I'm just clicking to see the various combinations that they may offer me. And then I'll take and make my own adjustments. So I'm going to change and make that person's suit black. And I'm going to do something with this skin complexion, honey. Let's see what we can do. We're going to make it like a gray color. And the gray that I'm going to use is something that's going to be consistent with my brand. And then we'll take and we will make the hair, let's make the hair like a red or something. So this is kind of where you get to play around with things. Make it fun. You know, this is just a graphic. It's just media. Make it engaging for your clients. Well, look at there. And I think I'm going to change this. I'm going to make the blazer red, and then I'm going to make the hair black. Okay. Voila. I like that. So we will continue. All right, and we'll scroll and scroll and scroll and scroll and scroll. And this actually looks pretty good. There are some other colors that are have some funky business going on. That doesn't look fully red, but it is fully red. It's only because it's a thin line. We'll change this one. It must have something that's covering up the background. See how that peach still stays the same? Is because something is there that is um, needing to be modified. And I may just delete it. Okay, so I need to remove or move this. Oh, that's what it is. So this entire graphic is peach. And I wish we could keep that, but we cannot. All right. So you all see what I'm doing here. This is what you're going to need to be doing for yourself. So just continue this process as much as you need to. Now, it's not something that usually takes a while to do. I usually just go back and forth from one file to the next, changing the colors out. But as you can see, this one has some elements that were already kind of built in that are going to be a little bit more tedious to change. So I'm just going to take these peach things out. I would have loved to keep a little bubble design in it, but I cannot presently keep that. All right, so let us go here. We're just going to flip our colors again, get something that works for us, and we're going to move on to the next thing. All right, and there you go. For the most part, that's done. I go over here just to see what we got. And we got something that looks pretty good to me. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take all of these that are not absolutely a red background, and I'm going to move them because basically what I want is a file at the end that has all of the different colors sectioned in a particular spot so that as a person is putting these on their brand, on their social media sites, they can see where each different opportunity is, okay, for diversifying the look of the social media page. So as you can see, I have taken and I have cut these files from one document and I've pasted them over into the next document. I'll take these little interesting ones and then paste them at the end. So it will paste after the selected slide. All right. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it and do it again. All right. Copy, or excuse me, I'm just going to cut Control X. And then I'm going to Control V over here in my color changer. And sometimes that doesn't work like we need it to, you all. So just keep that in mind. Control C, let's do that. And Control V, still not working for us. It doesn't like us. Just do this as many times, you all, as you need to do it to get it to work. So Control Copy. And I'm going to tell you something. Sometimes it doesn't work because of the files that you have in there. We will explain that a little bit later. Let's go down to the teal ones and see if they work. Control C, Control Paste. There we go, those work. And then I'm going to do the same thing on this other file. So don't forget we have two files here. So I cut those, and these I'm going to go ahead and paste them. All right. And don't worry about this little red one. We're going to change that, but that is just like a placeholder. So go back again to styles. We're repeating that process again. Now, when I click it this time, the first option is going to change everything to red. I don't want everything in the red background because I've done that one already. I'm going to shuffle again, and this one is going to get me a light gray background. That I can probably deal with. So let's do apply to all pages. And it's doing that magic that we need it to do. I go ahead and click it, and this is what it's going to look like when that gray is applied to all pages. Now, if I'm honest, I don't like that gray that much because it tends to take out the pizzazz for me, okay? So what I'll do is I'll use these. I'm only going to use a few of them though. So do that for yourself too. I mean, whatever works best for you, that's what I want you to do. I'm just going to use a few of these. X them out, put them over here. All right. And then I'm going to go back over here to my styles and see what other combinations we can get. And I'll use this one as my sample slide. All right, so red will be first, then gray, then this other gray. I actually can use a few of these, so let's apply to all slides. Now, the challenge with these brand combinations is that the colors that you end up seeing are going to be the ones closest to the chosen color. So if there are not enough colors in your graphic, you won't get the variety that you might be looking for. So you'll see here, you get 4 different colors. Over here, you're getting 5 different colors because there are 5 different color elements provided. And here, look, you're only getting like 3. Okay, so just keep that in mind. Sometimes you might need to move colors around, but I haven't felt the need to do that myself ever. So that's just something to be mindful of. Just get your combinations, um, just click it enough times so that you can get whatever you need, however you need it, however you want it to show up. So there we go. We have things a bit better organized. I'm dragging this one down to where this light gray area is. And then we have this section of white. So these that are a little pinkish, I'm going to change these to be more of that white background. So I'm going to control X and then I'm going to control paste. It's doing that funky thing again. We'll have to figure that out. Do it on the other file, Control X, Control V, and we'll make this background white. And I'm going to go to Styles, and I'm going to click here enough times to get to a white background. And then I go to what? Apply to all pages. Okay, so when I look at these, they look good for the most part. All right. I see here that I have some peach elements still, so I'll delete that. See, this is looking like something that I can change a little bit. Oh, well, I can't. So we'll just delete it completely. All right, and that I'm having to modify a little bit. So I'll change the color on that font to black. Scroll down here to make sure these are what I need them to be. I still see that little situation happening. I'll make the background on this the light gray. There we go. And these look fine. Okay, so I'm going to take and look at this in full view. And the only thing I'm clicking down here is this bottom right hand corner to change it to grid view. Control X, Control Paste. All right, and now let me explain to you. These are the ones over here, okay? Those white from here. So this file is completed. Now, what's happening over here, and the reason that these won't allow themselves to be selected is because there is some graphic that is a part of that section that is locked or something like that. I think that's what I found, that something is locked that is not allowing it to be moved. So you can lock various things on Canva, and it won't move when you're trying to do this copy paste thing. I'm going to try to do it by sections and see if I can find area. Okay, well that worked. So it's not that section. Let's see. So see how I'm doing this just section by section. And it didn't work right here. So I'm just going to do another combination. Okay, so those are working. So we're basically just narrowing down which of these files has some tragedy on it that won't let us cut the graphic out. And looks like it's this little baby right here. Uh-oh. See, she won't allow herself to be moved. So I'm going to double click on this and zoom in, and I'll try to see what's going on. I'm going to take her out because I'm not a fan of her. I will add something else. I think she showed up on some of our other graphics, so we have her. All right, so delete that. It was locked. Let's see if that helps us. Okay. Uh-oh. Wrong file. So cut this one. There we go. And now we got what we needed. I'm glad that that problem happened so that you can see me help you troubleshoot that section. So we have red backgrounds, we have gray, we have white, we have some light gray. What we need some now of is some black. Come on. We're going to get some black. So I'm going to click through this enough times to where the black, excuse me, not the background, but the background becomes black. I'm like an edgy designer, so I love stuff that looks quite different. Like people are gonna get, attentions will be grabbed, attentions will be snatched with graphics like this, with black graphics. I mean, whoever looks at black graphics. Now, I say that it is not what the marketing gurus are gonna tell you to do, okay? I'm a little different. All right. I want something that's going to catch your eye. I want something that is going to appeal to your audience. So just make sure you don't mind being a little bit risque. All right. So here's the file that we ended up with. And as you can see, we have various combinations that are going to kind of help us get the job done, and we have 100 graphics as we have finished this process out. You see me now just moving some things around so that we can get the colors in their various sections. And if you need to make more of one color or another color, make sure you do that, whatever tickles your fancy. But just make sure not all of your colors are the same. You don't want your clients bored with your social media. Social media is the one space where we get to kind of take control of what our clients view about us, right? So you may not be able to change their responses to your service, but you can change how you engage them on social media. So make sure that you will take notes on things like this and just keep your brand consistent across the board. This also means do not, and I repeat, do not put other graphics, other shares of other things in the middle of your Instagram pages. Do that type of stuff on Facebook. Your Instagram grid needs to be completely you, completely your colors, completely your brand. Please hear me on that. Okay, we don't want to take something like this and then put some blue in there. That's going to mess it up. Okay, so just hear me and I say this. Just make sure that you can find something that is consistent and stick with it. All right, good luck.